Say, man, you're in a privileged position right now. You're in a place to be. Matter of fact, a place to G with the one and only S&OOP. So what you gonna do now? Turn that shit up and let it bang.
Everybody that you fight is not your enemy.
Trenches.
And everybody that helps you is not
work
your
on your
friend.
free time. Nico Trenches, we train
And
on
that's
the
what life
line. Getting sacks on quarterbacks, you know we live. When you check that 45, keep your nose on the inside. You better punch something, keep your feet moving, dog. My 3 tech and 1 tech, they some real hard. My DN 6'5", he ain't got no flaws. Good grades, good feet, man, he got it all. I said crazy, he'll snatch something. Real aggressive jump set, he tryna grab something. If the old don't shoot their hands, you better jab some. You better stab some. Or you snatch some. From the youth to the pros, we get it in. If you ain't watching film, you ain't trying to win. If you close the beat gap, then you gotta spin. If you get around the edge, then you gotta bend. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. Where the lineman at? Where the lineman at? D tackle, do your dance. D ends, do your dance. Center, do your dance. Guard, do your dance. Tackle, do your dance. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at.
Fucking bet against me. Bet against me. Tell me it's not gonna happen. Tell me it's gonna fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Late Night Stream, Bushleague Sports, episode 39. I'm your host, TKB. We'll be joined, as always, by Trav No Sleep from Shredding Sassy. We got a special guest from the Shredding Sassy community joining us as well. I think he's wearing a Detroit Lions sweater. We'll let it go. They're an absolute bandwagon of a team lately. They're just ripping, like a couple years straight of just like 52 points again tonight. The boys are hot. You'll love to see it. We'll get into our predictions for week 9 so we can tell you guys if we actually get anything right or if we're truly just pure Bush League. NHL season, about 8 games in, depending on the team, depending what country they're in. If it's preseason still, I don't know what Bettman's got going on. And then MLB, I think it's World Series. That's like what happens at the end of the year. I give a shit about baseball. I play like 160 pointless games. And I think we're at the ones that matter right now. So we'll dolly in because we kind of know what's going on at this point. But I'm going to bring up my co-host, Trav, see what he's up to. He's probably been up to all kinds of cool stuff, playing some hockey. Who knows what he's up to. What's he doing? What's he covering his face for? You're looking like
dude. Like you crushed that intro today. That was probably the best intro you ever did. And then you just totally nosedived at the end talking shit on baseball. Like clearly, just I'm not saying baseball was our demographic, but sports was, and then you just kind of shit on it. What's the deal, dude? You hate baseball?
No, it's good sport out there. Talk shit on it. It's boring as hell, though. It's like they're the least athletic players. Beat me about it on social media. I give shit. I mean, okay, so here's my thought. Here's my straight up thought on baseball. So pitching baseball, probably one of the hardest things in all of sports. The rest of it, easy as hell.
Hitting, probably one of the hardest things all in sports. I'll tell you what. Hold on. These guys throw the ball 100 miles an hour. Like, have you been in a batting cage?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you ever been in a Fuddruckers batting cage and fire some 60, 80s?
Fuddruckers have batting cages? No, I didn't know that, but I have been in batting cages. And, I stopped playing baseball in 9th grade, year 9, whatever the heck you call it, up in Canada. So I stopped.
Yeah, if you weren't hitting them in 9th grade, you ain't hitting them now.
Oh man, I got in a batting cage maybe 2 years ago, and I jumped in at I think it was like 75 or something, and these things are flying by me, and that's like not even the slowest changeup in the MLB.
I'll have to go
like,
back.
Oh my god, I'm like ducking in there. I'm like, oh god.
It goes fast. It's hard. It definitely. It's nothing to get. It's a fun sport. It's just not. I like going to the games. I'll go to the game. I'll sit in the stadium. I'll have a dog. I'll drink a beer. I'll enjoy that, right? I'll go. I don't mind going and playing slow pitch. But on TV, it just bores me to death. I can't get into a baseball game on television. I just never have been able to. And that's just kind of where I stand on it. Well, 100% go to a baseball game any day. Like, love it.
For
right
sure. I
But-
love it, man.
yeah.
Understood. I understand. I get it. I think we got baseball at the end, bringing up the back of the show today. So we'll dive in a little bit more about, the ins and outs and what's boring and what's not. But dude, I think we got
Oh, sorry, I don't have it queued up. But we also got the Twitter space going, so you can join the Twitter space. Oh, Lostie's Brews, I see up for grabs this week in week 8. So shouts to that tweet just sitting there queued up for me. But week 8 this week. Case of Lostie's Brews going out to the Champ Dog. Oh, here it is. It's sitting at the bottom. I'm like, where it is. But you can join the Twitter space. Come give your Bush League takes live. So if you're watching and you're like, these guys are absolute idiots, I kind of got to like set them straight and see what's going on here. Just join the Twitter space.
So
we'll bring you up on stage. We'll let you yap at us a little bit.
I would absolutely counter that. We're absolute idiots. I feel like last year, if we would have bet on the year, I mean, we were both, well over 500.
We were dialed, yeah.
We were both
yeah.
over 500. Yeah, I mean, maybe 75.
I think I was like 800 and you were like 74 or something.
Yeah.
Or 72. Like we were both over 70%. I remember last year. We haven't been keeping track this year, so starting week 9, we'll dial in. Maybe we'll let Frank join along as well. He's playing along in the Friends Fantasy League we got going. We host a league on Sleeper with a bunch of different communities. AccuTires is leading the league right now. Vayner Sports, Not Okay Beast, Sleeper. Yeah, touches. It's sitting below you there. It's the best fantasy app going in the business. Vayner Sports in the league as well. Their NFT community that is, and then of course ourselves and Bam Bam's Fitness. So it's been good so far. Frank, we had a couple sketchy trades out the gate, but we smoothed her over. He's running a smooth operation over there. And like I say, the Detroit Red Wings or Detroit Lions fan. We'll find out. Maybe he's a Detroit Red Wings fan too. We'll find her all out here in a little bit. But it's late night. It's late night. Yeah, let's pop away. Should we pop him up, say hi to him instead of leaving him backstage all night? Oh, Sleeper up there. You want to? You can add your stream too if you want to this or whatever. It's up to you. But Frank, what's going on, brother?
What's up, gentlemen?
Beautiful.
How's it going?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, not so bad. Definitely a Red Wings fan. I used to pay way more attention back before I had 4 kids, but
Nice.
you make do when you can.
That's fair. It's fair. I only got one little minion running around. We went down today, and actually I was showing Sleep, but I was helping some buddies. We put a new shack down in one of the coulees for everybody to go, like a warm up shack for snowmobiling and stuff like that. So it's pretty. The boys decked her out though. It was brand new. It was all new cedar, cushioned seats, brand new fireplace in there. So we went and kind of took the skid steer and a lift and a few things down there, and the little girl was running around doing her thing, and then we set that up. So it would be an extra place for the community to go rip around and hang out this winter. It'd be good.
So you filmed your own episode of Letterkenny, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, basically. Right? We're just doing Canadian things out here.
Yeah.
They have an episode. They do that. They hang out in the snowmobile shack, or what they do.
Yep. Out in Quebec.
Nice, love it. Now we're on the other side. We're on the west side.
Wow. You can't win them all.
You enjoyed the league. Obviously, you've been playing along. Is this your first time playing on Sleeper? You've been playing Sleeper for a few years.
I've been playing Sleeper since they started.
Nice. Yeah, it's been a great app. I like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's got better every year. I took a 2-year hiatus when I was working 2 jobs and helping support the little ones, but I'm back and stronger than ever.
Nice. No, that's good. How many leagues in? Just a couple, or
just 2 this year. Just nice. 2. It was only going to be the 1, but last minute my friends got me in one.
Nice. Oh, that's good. You got to. I'm in, way too many. Well, I think I'm in 7, but then I manage 4 or 5 more for this tournament. So I got about 10 or 11 leagues on the go, and then hockey. I kind of let hockey by the wayside a little bit for the first 10 weeks. And then once football ends, I really ramp it up. But we'll get into some strategies for fantasy hockey now in a little bit. But I want to get into week 7 and 8, kind of get everybody updated on what's been going on there. And then we'll get into the fantasy league here in a little bit. But we've got obviously Twitter space going, Sleep, a few others. If anybody wants to join, feel free. But week 8, all kinds of wild things going on. Rams taking out the Vikings, ending their undefeated streak, going 30-20. Kind of a wild call there that got
Lions
missed at the end.
hangover.
I don't know your thoughts on that face mask at the end. Pretty like obvious, kind of wild that I don't know if it would have straight up changed the outcome of the game. It's a 2-score game, but still really took away any opportunity they had there when they didn't make that call. But you get the joke going on of like, oh, if that was Mahomes, he would have made that call for sure, right?
Yep.
100%.
But a big win there. And honestly, speaking of Mahomes, to pivot over to that, wasn't this week, but last week, you know what? We were just chatting about on the show just before Trav. And remember I was saying, like, we got to change that roughing the passer rule. It's kind of like getting a little out of hand. Mahomes just basically cheats. He kind of pretends he's going out of bounds. The guys lay off him because if they even touch him, he'll fall over. It's a penalty. And he does it again last week, kind of goes to the sideline like he's going to go out. The guy running at him kind of lets off, stops, and he just jukes around him and runs 20 more yards. And I'm like, that was cheating. Like, that's cheating.
Kenny Pickett in college style, right?
Oh my gosh, the fake slide.
The fake slide.
Do you remember that TKB where he went to fake slide down? The guy let up and he juked around and ran it in for the TD.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's to me cheating. Like, I really honestly don't think that should be allowed. I think the rules should just simply be changed for roughing the passer, where like you're not getting a penalty unless you're hitting him when he's like maybe on the other side of the white line. But I think it should be like you should be allowed to hit him or push him out of bounds, because it's absolutely foolish. Patrick Mahomes has gained hundreds of yards, won out games, and changed outcomes of games by literally cheating the rule because they can't touch him on the sideline. It's super, super lame. I don't like it.
I'd fully argue that that's the only reason he's in the MVP race.
Yeah, no, it's he does it like every week, and he cheats on it all the time, and he does it. Nobody else does it, and like they could, but I just don't think they're douchebags like that, right? Like Kermit is out there just doing some crazy Kermit stuff, man. I don't know what he's up to. But yeah, they keep it going 7-0, right? I think, are they 8-0? They've had a bye week, haven't they?
Yeah, they're 7-0 right now. They keep it going. Looking at the games for today, I think that's our first game to recap. Chiefs versus Raiders. Raiders, they kept it close, man. They kept it close. 27-20.
I was watching a bit, but I thought the Raiders might pull it off for a bit. The mad, spit it out, baby. Minshew mustache magic was kind of rolling for a little bit there.
Dude, he was. I don't know if they were ever up in the game. However, yeah, Minshew, best hairpiece in the league right now. At least he's putting the ball in the end zone. I don't know what Trevor Lawrence is doing down there in Jacksonville. Did they win today? I don't know.
Trevor Lawrence, they don't win too often, do they? I don't think
it's been rough. It's been rough in Jacksonville. What happened? Tell me.
Yeah, no, they lost 30-27, which is the next game they get into.
Love it.
Gotta talk about the best hairpiece out there.
Dude, you got to get the hat off. Bring it to the front a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you got to get it all over the place. There we go. It's a little.
We got okay. Do we get the wide angle for the people? There you go.
Oh man, I don't know. Gardner Minshew might have you, dude. I think you need the facial hair. You need to bring the facial hair into play.
Yep.
Yeah, Movember coming in, get the mustache going full grease.
Definitely, without a doubt.
Anyways, back to football. 30, yeah, fuck the Chiefs. 27-20. They cheating all the time, pretending to go out of bounds. I'm over it. Packers with the win. Jordan Love, though, injured. We'll see if he's coming back or not. Otherwise, it'll be back to Malik Willis time. He was actually kind of a stud when he was ripping. So I think they'll be in good hands. But Jordan Love on his second injury of the year, so hopefully he's all right. We'll see.
What did he go down with? What did he go down with?
Don't ask the hard questions here, man. This is Bushleague Sports.
Yeah, that's true.
Leg.
Yeah, leg injury. I mean, not a bad day before he went down. 14 for 22, 196. All right, not a great day either. One interception. Way it goes.
Dolphins keep the losing ways going. They get another loss by 1 point to the Cardinals. At least they had a bit of offense back in them this week with Tua back in the mix, but not a lot coming out of them here. What do you
think about that, man? What do you think about the Dolphins?
Arrest someone every week before the game. That's the only way they're going to win. Get the juices flowing.
I don't know, man. Tua doesn't have a bad game. 28 for 38, 234, and one tutty. But He just makes me so nervous. Dude's gonna die out there. He's gonna die out there. And
he said he'd die for the game. So whatever, let him. He said it. So he said no guardian cap for me. I die for the game. I mean, let him do whatever he wants. I mean, honestly though, at the end of the day, let's just be straight up honest here. Are you telling anybody in the UFC after 3 knockouts to never fight again?
Oh, that's a great point.
No, I'm honest.
I tell you what, I've never even thought about that. I've never even correlated those two. That is an excellent. That's
right now,
dude. That was excellent. Yeah, I've never even put those two together, but that's very, very true. You know, these guys are getting hit in the head constantly in the NFL. UFC, they're getting hit in the head constantly as well.
Yep.
I would say that some camps spar less, right? If you take 2 or 3 fights a year, the camps with the heavy sparring, they're probably not getting hit in the head as often and as hard as football players are. So maybe that's a little bit more, but still from a knockout standpoint, oh yeah. Some of those guys.
Let's say you got a 8-year career and you fight 3 times a year. Let's say even 2.5 times a year. It's 20 fights. You lose 6 or 7 of them. Like that's a pretty normal career. It's got 6 or 7 KOs. So yeah, who's to say? They're not. I guess there's a reason they do make a lot of people wear the guardian caps in like boxing and amateur stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, that's my hot take of the day. Anyways, moving on. Cardinals 1-point win. And I don't know what their record is. I wish this thing would tell me the record, but they're going.
No, they're 4-4. That's right.
For the Dolphins, and they keep it running. After that, Jets, Patriots. The Jets losing to the Patriots is sad. I don't know, Gary V. I feel for you, buddy. I mean, it's a wasteland out there. But it launched the Broncos to start them. Look at us, 5-3. We'll get into the boys absolutely buzzing. Wow. But the Patriots take out the Jets. Drake May heads to the blue medical tent. Don't know if we'll see him again. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the Jets. You know, Breece Hall crushed me on my parlay today.
You got any fantasy players from any of those squads in your teams, Mir?
So not in my Shredding Sassy league, but I do have Aaron Rodgers. Oh, maybe I do. I have Aaron Rodgers in one of my leagues. Not a bad showing. 233, 2 touchdowns. You know, a stand-up day. I don't think he was over 20. He might have been at 18, 19 points. You know, I'll take it. It's what you need out of a QB in fantasy, and I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I've got Breece. Somehow you guys let me snag him at pick 112.
I wasn't in that draft, so some of the drafts I just watched. Like the last year I was in every league's draft. I participated in each one. This year I made it a little more like I'm not on anybody's side. I just went on my communities. But I was watching some of the drafts and I was like, I wish I was in these leagues. That's these guys. What are they doing?
Yep. I mean, that's what I was thinking the entire time. There's a reason I'm sitting in first place so far.
Whoa, pump the brakes.
You just made a big trade, though. You got Allen there, Sleep. You made a big trade. You're in the competition. You didn't really have to give up that much for him. That makes sense.
No. So you know what?
I didn't give up a whole lot, so good for you.
Well, I didn't, right? So I'm in this situation where this guy is sitting with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, and he doesn't have any running backs. You know what I mean? And I've got running backs for days. So why is
Which one did you give him? Bigsby or some shit?
No, Dobbins.
No, so I gave him.
I would have honestly rather Bigsby than Dobbins.
Hold on. So I give him Dobbins and I give him Lad McConkey.
He went for like 26 points.
32. Went off.
Yep.
Went off a big day. Anyway, so once you get mid-year, trades should be based on what you need versus what you have. So if I give a mid-tier running back for a top-tier QB and he's got 2 top-tier QBs, I mean, he makes out in that deal. He makes out in that deal if he needs a running back. I mean, I make it out in that deal.
Points on your bench don't count. Yeah,
exactly. And I make it out in that deal because
QBs are cheap to trade. I mean, if sometimes, you see a trade like that, if it was like sketchy, I might be like, okay, well, that's, no dice, but it makes sense in that context, right? He gets a running back and a player, and QBs are worth a lot less, right? Now, if it's a situation where he's not getting anything that helps him, he's just giving you a player to help your team, then I'm like, okay, what the hell? But
I feel like QBs are a lot less in the draft. And then after the draft, it's like, well, that's Patrick Mahomes. You can't trade him for that match. Oh, that's Josh Allen. He can't be traded for that. You need to trade your number one running back if you're going to get Josh Allen.
Patrick Mahomes isn't even worth that much this year. He's not even top 10.
What I'm saying,
I wouldn't trade anything for him.
what I'm saying though is that the value of them, in my mind, spikes up from everybody because they're a top 5 QB in the league. It's just how people feel once the season starts. That's personal. I'm not trading Derrick Henry. I'm not trading Derrick Henry for Aaron Rodgers, man. I'm not trading Derrick Henry for Lamar Jackson, right? You know,
I might.
No, absolutely not. Derrick Henry's just he's ungodly.
He's
Like, I don't even know. Yeah, he's
think he's gonna break at some point, or he's making it the whole way.
I don't know.
He's good. He's a guy who, like, I would have drafted 2 years ago. I was drafting him first overall in leagues, and this year I still had him as pegged as a high first rounder. I was surprised he was dropping a little later, like he was. But
and that's the next game on the list, and that's an upset.
Ravens Brown, and that's a massive upset. But I mean, let's get honest here. Jameis Winston is that guy. He's an absolute stud. Jameis, the absolute money Winston. I know what you do in your spare time. I know the work you put into things. I know how hard you work, and I'm gonna be there for you. All right, just like Winston's there for his.
I know. I got it. I'm following that. So I get that speech. I understand what he's saying. I understood his. It made me feel uncomfortable, man. It made me feel uncomfortable listening to it. I'm gonna be honest, just about as uncomfortable as I felt listening to Trump on Rogan yesterday.
I didn't catch that one.
Trump's on Rogan right now.
People art piece shouts to Web3.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt uncomfortable during Winston's. I get it, man. Fans are going to be fans, man. Fans are going to yell, "Ref, you suck." Fans are going to boo when their team's playing horribly. You know what I mean? And classless act by Cleveland fans. But I mean, it's Cleveland. What do you expect? It's Cleveland. What do you expect? I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it was kind of sad to see them booing Deshaun like they did, like when he was injured and shit, getting carted off and stuff. That was pretty. Yeah,
they should have been cheering, is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, he's gone.
That's kind of what they were doing, right? Like, so that was the tough part about it, is they were cheering about his injury, and happy he was hurt and losing it, right? So that was pretty lame. But
I'm not sure we've ever said a good thing about Deshaun Jackson on this show, and that's probably.
Oh, I have. He's my fucking fantasy dynasty QB. What a stud! Get him back on the tuggies and watch him roll. Now he's got a broken ankle. That's shitty. All he had to do is get him in the massage parlor, and he'd have been throwing 3 tutties a night. But they've robbed him of his rubbing.
He's got to hit up Robert Kraft and get Kraft's undercover parlors, man. He's got to get. They got a list. There's a list going around somewhere.
Moving on from Tuggy City, Eagles, Bengals with a big win for the Eagles, 37-17. Saquon Barkley just continues to roll. The entire Eagles organization continues to roll. But it wasn't even Saquon Barkley today that did it a whole lot. He still had 100 yards. Wasn't the guy that got it done in touchdown, but still 100 yards, 20. Just Giants got to be rolling in their grave, man. The GM's son is smarter than him. But Jalen Hurts got done. Devontae Smith with 1 tutty. But 37 points. Where did it all come from tonight? I don't even know where it came from. The
three rushing touchdowns from Hurts.
Yep. That's
all
the production, hey? 3, 6, 8, 9, and then a bunch of field goals. No defensive. Did they get a defensive touchdown? My Lord.
You know, with Saquon Barkley, I mean, we can't be shocked. We can't be shocked that he goes to a team that is relatively decent. And I love to see it. I love to see it. You know, these guys that get drafted early on these teams that aren't SHIT anymore. I haven't sworn this whole episode. I'm not going to swear. Quit trying to get me to swear. I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you know, they waste their whole careers there. I'm glad to see that he kind of moved on to a stronger team and is able to get out there and do something.
Yeah, just not waste his whole career with the Make-A-Wish kid. So then
you're talking about Dan Jones?
Yeah. But the Bengals, I'm not starting a running back on their team named anybody for the rest of the year in fantasy, like, unless something changes either. They've got absolutely nothing going on. Zach Moss, all of them suck. It's just, it's unless you got Jamar Chase, no point. Moving on, Texans with the win, just barely. Anthony Richardson too. He's not like He's a bust, I would say. I kind of think he's a bust.
So I need to remember last year, at the beginning of last year, he might have had 2 or 3 really good games where we're like, this guy, 3 really good games.
3 massive games. Like
this
good
guy
games.
is gonna be a beast. He goes down injured. Everybody picks him up, top 5 QB. I would say maybe in drafts, maybe not top 5, but top 10 easy in drafts getting picked up just due to the ability for him to run, his passing ability. And this year, total bust. First half bust for sure.
Week 1 was great though.
No, it was not great, dude. He was trash in the first half and just scored a load of points in the second half. So the points came in. The points came in, but the first half, I mean, I have him in one of my leagues. I was like, oh God, what did I do? But he did bring it home. He did bring it home. You're right.
Both running backs in that game break 100 though. Joe Mixon, just an absolute stud this year. I traded him away in one of the leagues, but that I had. I made a good poll on it though, I think. So what do you think of this? So I traded Joe Mixon away. I got Terry McLaurin and Brian Thomas Jr.
So I like that because Scary Terry was looking good. I didn't see how he performed today, but he was looking good under the Rook QB. Sending him the ball. So how did Terry do today?
He did pretty good. I think 15 fantasy points or so on the day.
Oh yeah, it's solid.
Wasn't too wild.
Once they figured out that he did all of his, or Jaden Daniels did all of his production on the right side of the line. Once they figured that out and Terry started moving over there, skyrocketed.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree.
The best fantasy team I ever had in my life. But I have St. Brown as well with them, and then on the bench I got Puka as well. And then for running backs, I ended up trading away Devontae Smith and Amari Cooper. The team was just loaded, and I got Christian McCaffrey. So as long as Christian McCaffrey comes back, should be a solid trade for me. I feel like I upgraded fully actually.
Here in
as long
week
as
10.
Mixon. He just has to do what Mixon's doing because Mixon has been electric. Like he's been 25 points a week, every week. So that's like surefire. Him and Stroud and that whole offense is awesome to watch.
Agree. I want to get into CMC real quick because you said week 10, and I saw that as well. I saw shooting for week 10, week 12 likely, but how the F? Look, I'm not swearing still. I think I actually said a lot of swears, but how the F can we expect what anything they say to be is true, right? Especially with him, how can we believe anything they say after he went number 1 overall in every single draft that means anything ever? And he hasn't, we're in week 9 coming up on week 9 and nobody's seen him.
And again, to anybody who's like, oh, it's fantasy sports, doesn't matter what he went in the draft. No, everything matters. Gambling runs sports, and you guys better respect it. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the fact that they were able to get away with that without absolutely zero from anybody. And it wasn't the week before in practice, he messed it up and retweaked it or whatever. No, he just was sitting out training camp. He was sitting out everything. And nobody said anything to anybody.
It's like all these injuries, even sleeper every week. Oh, you got one player no longer on the IR. What do you mean? His leg's broken. Did it unbreak? Put him to questionable when he hits the field. Every Tuesday morning, I got to wake up. I can't set my lineup because Johnny Broken Leg is no longer. Well, of course he's on the fucking IR. There he is. I swore for you. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, we got guys that.
Yep.
Oh, buddy pulled his ham. Like he's his foot's piled up. He might play. He might not. Like, is his foot broken or not? Because it's not going to unbreak 3 seconds before the game. Just tell me in the morning. I'm sick of this. They got to wait till the afternoon to decide. Just wake up and decide. It's not hard. Are you playing or not? I had one game. I was in Fantasy Baseball League one time in the playoffs. Buddy, I don't even know if this is in relation to anything. I'm just having an emotional flashback.
I stopped listening, by the way. So you can.
Yeah, well, fuck you. But no,
yeah,
buddy,
you mentioned baseball, right? Like.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. But I had a guy go out once because he was carrying his suitcase up the hotel stairs and he pulled his hammy.
Why is he carrying his own suitcase? He's in the NFL. Well, yeah,
what's happening? First off, but what's he packing in? It's so heavy. But second off, so he waits all day to see if he's going to play in the evening or not. Like, are you playing or not, buddy? Did your suitcase pile you up or didn't it? Because I got a fucking fantasy championship to win, and I got no time for your petty shenanigans. If you haven't worked out enough to make it 174 games and then be able to carry your suitcase up the stairs, not my problem.
Okay. Hey, we're on to
We're
the
on
Lions.
what the jersey this guy is wearing.
We're on to
here.
the Lions. We're on to the Lions.
Oh, that's a beautiful jersey, honestly, black and blue. Got love to see it. Detroit looks better in red, but we'll let it slide.
Yeah, I like that jersey. I for real like that's a good looking jersey. That's for sure.
But 52 points. I mean, Jesus Christ. So you're the fan. What do you got to tell us? Obviously, we'll get into the league in a bit, but is that like your actual squad, or did you just start cheering last year?
Man, so much in this game. Like I loved it. It was great from start to finish. I mean, you got Monty opening it up with the first touchdown. You got Khalif Raymond, who, at the beginning of the season, everybody's like, oh, no, he's not your wide receiver 3. You got to get somebody else. Like, you got to have some beef to him. And he comes out this game, makes a big statement. He has 5 punt returns for 190 yards, 19 shy of the NFL record for punt returns in the yards in a game. Grabs a tutty, hits two of two targets and receptions for 14 and a touchdown. Like, the guy was just everywhere.
He can have all the punt return yards. Absolutely impressive. I love it. Great. The team needs it. As for the tutties, I think he got 2 last week. He can just
2 this week too.
Yeah, so screw the fuck off. Nobody's starting you in fantasy. You need to be going to Amon-Ra St. Brown. I need to see those in the hands of Laporta. I'm sick of seeing touchdowns to Khalif Raymond.
So you're saying 2 guys who got touchdowns today. I mean, Laporta got a touchdown pass from David Montgomery. First of his
he got like 12 fantasy points. I need 20 a week under this kid. He's drafted first.
Yeah, he's a first tight end overall, right?
No, exactly.
You traded for him. You traded for him.
I did. And both guys that I traded are doing better than both guys that I traded for.
Gibbs and Montgomery, 1 tutty each. Obviously better looking with 2. If you don't have Gibbs and Montgomery on the same team, like they're just Tomlinson. Like they're one of them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
In history of Earth.
Yeah, it's AP and LT, like just crazy. But they split time, and I mean, I think it keeps them safe. Like you see Monty go down, at least once or twice a season, for a game or 2. Same with Gibbs. Like having them both on the same team, I mean, it does great for the longevity.
He threw a pass again too this week, so good for him.
Yep.
The Detroit team's absolutely electric. They're looking like they might only lose. Jeez, 2-3 games all year.
Goff threw the ball 15 times for 85 yards.
Yep.
He threw the ball 15 times for 85 yards.
All right, so
Laporta had 6 of those receptions, 48 yards. St. Brown, 1 reception.
I mean, when you start every drive in the red zone, how many yards can you get?
Yeah, you're right. Mason Rudolph,
I mean, like,
I don't know. What are we doing?
When you have 190 punt return yards, like where's your offensive yards going to come from? Like, you're not going to just. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, let me take it back.
I gotta run. I gotta run back here real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
I need to pump these fantasy stats. You know those guys look at their fantasy stats. They want that. They want that.
That is
EA
actually
Sports.
crazy though. Four passing touchdowns with only a total of 94 passing yards total for the whole team.
Yeah, man. It was a wild game. I mean. 4 defensive turnovers, all on the other side of the field. And like I said, I already mentioned the return game. Like from start to finish, I mean, your offense isn't going to get a bunch of yards, but I mean, they went 5 for 5 in the red zone.
Maybe if Mason Rudolph keeps chucking it to Calvin Ridley on the other side too, we'll be able to actually play Calvin Ridley in fantasy again. That'd be nice. So
the fact that Calvin Ridley had 100 yards in the first quarter, like, holy crap, that scared the shit out of me. I mean, the dude was electric. He was catching everything. And then after that, I mean, he caught like 3 more the rest of the day or something like that. I mean, he lost it.
Man, wild.
Falcons, Bucks. I didn't expect the Falcons to win that one. 31-26. Well, Falcons take it on at home.
Hold on though.
Something else to say, Detroit. Let's go.
I got to jump in on what you said there. I got to cut you off. The Tampa Bay lost their number 1 and number 2 receivers. Otton, you know what I mean? Like, Otton's all they got now. Dude got 2 touchdowns. For them to put up 26 points, for Mayfield to have 330 yards passing without Mike Evans and without Godwin is godlike. To me, it's a performance. Yet 2 interceptions as well, but still, without your top 2 receivers, 2 of the top receivers in the league, to keep it close. I don't know. Good performance, in my opinion, by Baker, based on what he had to work with.
I mean, he basically had what Kirk Cousins has every day.
Good point. That's an excellent point. Such a great point. Cousins got Pitts. He's got Pitts, but I agree.
Yeah, but how many times does he got Pitts? Like, the guy's good for a game every once in a while, I guess.
He's good every time you bench him. Every time
Yeah.
you finally get sick of looking at him on your roster, he goes off.
4 for 91, two touchdowns today.
Yep, guys going wild. Chargers, Saints, Lad McConkey, the entire organization, Justin Herbert. Saints they're not looking like they were at the start of the season. We were thinking they might be like the Bucs, putting up 40 points a week. Here we are 8 weeks later. The Bucs are still doing it. I guess this week 26, but like I said, still pretty damn good. But Saints are falling apart at the seams.
Yeah, it's rough.
I mean,
we got Spencer.
I guess that says something for Carr, you know?
Yeah.
You know, Taylor Swift's there this weekend. I heard this coming weekend. So maybe she'll
are going to come back.
Maybe she'll bring some over. Good luck.
Yeah, I got nothing that I give a crap about in the Chargers-Rangers game. Or Saints-Chargers game. So I'm moving on.
Very well. Let's do it.
Bills Seahawks, big win. Josh Allen, another dominant performance. Keon Coleman actually kind of showing up as a rookie. The week I told everybody to start him in fantasy, he puts up a 0. This week he comes out and actually performs 2 touchdowns. Love to see it grown into what I hope. I drafted him in Dynasty, so hopefully he becomes that stud. But good week for him this week, 2 tutties. And,
Mark Cooper's been good for him.
James Cook, 100 yards too. There's so many running backs who went for 100 yards this week. It's been impressive.
Can we talk about Commanders Bears now?
Sure.
Can we
go ahead.
Can we talk about
buddy Trav that's in the Twitter space? Feel free to pop up. Say hi, Trav.
Dude, the battle of number 1 and number 2. You know what I mean? The battle of the top 2 QBs going head to head.
Yep, Jaden Daniels with the Hail Mary of the ages, right? Like just a super fluke, right? Like not really like. To me, it's not as special. It was a pure fluke. It wasn't like went into someone's hands in the middle of the pile, even though that's still a fluke. It's cooler. This one was more of a bounce off and then guy in the right spot. It actually reminds me of when I left VCon and buddy was like throwing out a sweater and I kind of was just standing behind the crowd and it bounced off the back guy's hand and I just grabbed it easily. And
so Russell Wilson's whole performance last week against whoever against the Jets, Russell Wilson coming in and everybody making miraculous catches and making Russell Wilson look like a good quarterback, something like that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not saying the performance of him was, but yeah, Russell Wilson. Oh my goodness. All right, dude. Sorry. Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, we're not talking about Russell Wilson right now.
We're going to later though, because I want to.
I hear an echo coming back all of a sudden. Is that something somewhere?
Hello?
I could just be crazy, but
no, I hear it too. Echo.
Who knows?
Where is it?
I don't know. It's
definitely coming from my voice. Hey, we need. Is it gone? Check. It's gone.
Yeah, it's
all right.
gone now.
Moving on.
What'd you fix?
Nothing.
Anyways, Bears Commanders, big Hail Mary. You see Caleb Williams kind of crying at the end, like you played like trash, buddy. Get over it. But it's a good, a shitty way to lose on a Hail Mary from the 20-yard line in the end or 30-yard line, whatever it is. But still, you didn't play that well. You didn't deserve to win. And he's acting like, oh, the defense let that up. That's all lame. They bailed your butt out the whole game. Why didn't I swear there? I've been swearing the whole time.
No, but just looking at the stats, Caleb Williams 10 for 24, 131.
Yeah,
Daniels 21 for 38, 326 and a touchdown. You know,
his only touchdown is the Hail Mary. That's crazy.
But they both started out the season with equally shitty teams. And look what Jaden Daniels has done to lead his team to what's their record right now? They're 6-2. The Commanders are 6-2. nobody had that on their bingo card or on their bet slip when they submitted it at the beginning of the season. They got their quarterback. They got the quarterback they were looking for, and Chicago is left wanting for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, one of them's not a whiny baby, so I think that might help.
The Bears got a stacked squad. I would say Caleb Williams had more to play with than Jaden Daniels does, but he does have, I think, one of the best receivers in the league in Terry McLaurin. And then pretty impressive to see them get like 150 or 60 yards on the ground between him and the two running backs.
Absolutely.
If I'm playing anyone in fantasy rest of the year, I think it's still Brian Robinson Jr. off of that team for running back, McLaurin, and then Ertz. Those are guys that easy to start most weeks, I think.
Agree. All right, we already talked a little Chiefs Raiders. You want to get a little more detailed with it?
No, I give a shit. Panthers
Perfect.
Broncos. The boys were buzzing. 28-14. Let's go. Bring Von Miller back. Let him recoup the chicken coop in Colorado because the boys are bringing one home. I can't believe we're 5-3. I said at the beginning of the year because I deserve nothing because I was like, this team, they're going to win 4 games. Nobody should have a parade. And one of my buddies was like, that's the juice. He was like, you're insane. 4 games. And I was like, yeah, they're going to win 4 games. Watch. Here we are, 8 weeks. They've won 5. So I am a piece of shit. At least I didn't say I was going to eat shit or something like that. Like I was not that stupid because I had a little bit of faith in the boys. But here we are, week 8, and the boys got 5 wins. We're probably – I mean, I don't see why we don't bring home a Lombardi at this point.
Bo Nix, 3 touchdowns. That's a good look.
Here's one reason why.
Are we in the same like side division or are we opposite? Can we meet in the Super Bowl? I don't know the NFL that well.
Yeah. And NFC, I believe Broncos AFC. Yeah.
Perfect. Love it. What are you giggling about over there?
I don't know the NFL that well.
Well, how am I?
We're running a sports show here.
Well, yeah. Okay, but how
Doesn't know baseball, doesn't know NFL.
To be honest, I don't know these things either.
We got 2 teams that play in the
this
same
thing's called the Bushleague.
We got 2 teams that play in the same goddamn stadium there in the same conference. What do you think I'm supposed to what is this? You think I'm supposed to know these things? But they're in the same stadium. Oh, he's AFC South and he's AFC West. What do you mean West? He's on the fucking East Coast in the same stadium.
Agree.
You don't agree. You just want me to shut up. So
yeah, moving on. I should have said moving on instead of agree. I should have said
don't
moving
lie
on.
to us. Give it to us straight. Bo Nix, so kids looking electric, 384 yards. Love to see it. J-Lo McClellan being the leader in rushing, though. You can just absolutely go F yourself, right? Like, here we are. I spent 6 weeks starting Javonte Williams. The guy does absolutely nothing. I bench him. He gets 2 touchdowns, 28 points. The whole world's like, he's back. We're going to start him. And he gets 44 yards. And they gave him the ball, too. They gave him 17 carries. So we can't even blame Sean Payton this week. I'd love to, but I can't. We're Javonte, man. You get 17 carries. You got to get her moving, man.
So what I'm hearing is the Broncos feed on your lost faith. And once you have faith again, that's when they're going to
keep talking shit.
But I want them to give me like free tickets to the game. So I got to talk nice sometimes. Do you think they would give me free tickets to the game if I talk shit and it brings them good luck?
I mean, yeah.
Well, go Bo Nix.
Worth a shot.
We're fourth quarter right now. Cowboys, Niners. Niners are pulling it away. Cowboys were up. I think in the third, maybe it was right before half they were up. Yeah,
they were up
10-6. Yeah.
It's rough.
And in the second half, the 49ers come on with Brock Purdy 1 touchdown. We got that Isaac Guerrero finding the end zone over Jordan Mason today, which was like, what the hell? He's the one getting the ball all day, so that's interesting.
Mason went to the medical tent, didn't he?
Debo's having a day. Did he? Okay, that'll make sense.
Yeah.
Then. Cool. Well, I want to fly through week 9 and then move on to some fantasy football and then hockey. That's what I want to get.
Can we just hit the Steelers Giants real quick and talk a little bit about how Russell Wilson is the savior of Pittsburgh?
So what do you think as a Steelers fan? Like, what do you think of that performance last week? Because what I was hoping was that he would suck, you guys would lose. I'd be able to be like, Russell Wilson's an absolute Joe Blow. and here he is putting on a
I
better
don't.
performance than he ever did for the Broncos in 2 years, and we're the fucking ones paying him.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think that Justin Fields did enough to lose his job. I don't think that he did enough to lose his job is what I'm saying. I know a lot of people said he didn't do enough to keep his job. I don't think he did enough to lose his job. For them to start Russell Wilson, I was actually pretty shocked. I don't know if it was the magic of the silver masks that they were wearing, the gray cage, but there was some magic in the air. There were some plays, some first downs that were balls that should not have been catched that were caught. Pete Fryermuth with
Did you say catched?
some catch,
did.
some balls that were catched that were not
Catched
supposed
balls.
to be catched.
Yeah.
That were catched that were not supposed to be catched. I mean, it's the plural of catch when you don't want to say caught. That's what it is. It's the plural of clutch.
I like it. I respect it.
I can't even say
This
it
is
anymore.
a sports show. You're good.
What I'm saying is that I felt that Russell put a lot of balls near the ground. Like he had some
That's
saggy
because
balls
of
that people were picking up. Pickens had a killer game. I mean, Russ Wilkins, God damn it. I just got to stop. I'm going to stop talking for a little bit.
What about Najee Harris?
You keep talking. You
He's
keep
finally
talking.
coming on though. Najee Harris had a couple good weeks, 20 fantasy points a week, actually performing for the people that drafted him, probably 5th, 6th round in a lot of leagues. Is he going to keep it going tomorrow, or what's happening? Do we start him with confidence? I mean, you obviously have to at this point. You're pigeonholed. It's Monday, and he's probably sitting in your running back starter spot. But 20 points, or what's he doing? How many? So, like, are you willing? Okay, so here's the question: as a Steelers fan, are you willing to sacrifice one dirty, ugly loss to see Russ get the out of there and Justin Fields come back in?
No,
Or do you want to see Russell Wilson go all the way to the playoffs and then blow it for you guys?
No, it's probably like the Angels in the outfield situation. It's a baseball movie. I know you're not big in the baseball, but it's Angels in the outfield. It's about this kid that sees angels, and the angels are helping the baseball team name the Angels win the world or win the pennant. I think it was the pennant that they won.
Cute.
So I think it's that situation in Pittsburgh where we got angels on our side helping Russ Wilson bring home W's. So as long as we're bringing home W's, I don't care. All I'm saying is that his performance, his stats are better than I thought his performance looked. He struggled early. He definitely first three and outs. It was rough to be in, that's for sure.
Cool. Well, yeah, I hope he fails miserably. I hope Daniel Jones looks better than him, and I hope that whatever whoever's in competition for donations with Make-A-Wish, I hope that they sign Russ Wilson and absolutely dominate.
There's no way the Giants are beating the Steelers. There's no way the Giants are beating the Steelers. Sorry.
I think Daniel Jones will have a better fantasy night than Russell Wilson tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I don't want to say.
I think the Steelers will win, but I think the Russell Wilson's an absolute has-been.
It never was, some say.
Yeah, some would say that he launched a sports drink once and robbed everybody, but we'll talk about that.
I don't know.
later.
You and I are drinking. You and I are drinking a lot of it, so it's cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff. God damn him. Okay, so anyways, we're moving on. Week 9. We're gonna fly through this shit, boys. We ain't no time to piss around.
Am I writing these down? Do we got a little bet going? We got to get a bet going on push-ups next week for the loser. You down? You dig?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we do got a Bad Babs Fitness as sponsor, so we should get back to some push-ups. But let's fly. Here's the lineup for next week, right there. We're going through. I'll give my answer. Frank, you want in on it?
Oh, he's
Sure.
in. He's
Sure.
in.
Yeah, let's do it.
And Trav, and we'll just fly. We're going one game at a time, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna blast through this. Texans, Jets. The Jets will not accomplish much this year. It's another loss on home turf. Let's go.
Yeah, Texans.
Easy. Texans moving on.
Texans, Saints, Panthers. Oof. I think the Panthers might actually win one, but is Carr coming back? That's a question. Is Carr back next week? Yes or no? I don't know what the status is.
I haven't heard.
Is Andy Dalton back? Let's get Andy Dalton back in there.
Yeah, Andy Dalton should be back. I mean, it was just he tweaked his thumb in the car accident. They didn't want to, practice. Now, with Andy Dalton coming back, is Deontay Johnson coming back as well? That'd be a good question too. If both of them are back, then I'll lean Panthers.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Stand on a horse, boys. Which one's it going to be?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers.
Yeah, I'll rock Panthers.
Okay, I'll go Saints just cause.
Okay.
Commanders, Giants.
Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
Are we going to have 2 losses at MetLife in the middle of nowhere in Newark? What a shithole area for a stadium, but what a great stadium.
I mean, the stadium's probably great. The turf is not, though.
No.
I mean, more season-ending injuries have happened there. I don't know.
Commanders, done deal. Do you need me to know what the next game is on the side there, or you know?
I'm not looking at all, but I will look.
Dolphins, Bills.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Bills. I am going. That's going to be a tough one, but Bills at home. I'm going Bills.
I hope that wasn't a tough one, and I hope you were being sarcastic with me.
No, I mean we got Tua back. We got Tyreek back. The Dolphins look good when Tyreek's under center.
Tyreek doesn't play quarterback, but okay. I mean, we can live with that
could.
if you want.
He probably could.
Tua. Maybe I had a concussion. Browns, Chargers. Obviously, Jameis Winston, the man, the myth, the legend, going to take home the dub. Browns win.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great one, man. Him pulling it off. Ooh.
Browns are going to win it. Jameis is going to take the Browns to the playoffs.
I'm going Chargers just to spite you. And Lad's gonna bring in 2 tutties again next week.
Lad McConkey.
Man, I'm gonna go Chargers. It's hard to bet against Jameis, but I mean, when you go 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, any game can go any way.
Ooh, this might be the worst game of the year. Titans, Patriots.
Can we just say I don't care and skip that one?
Titans at home. No, you got to get it voted. Titans at home.
I'll stand on the Patriots.
I'll go Titans just because you're going Patriots.
Yeah, I'll take Patriots. Cowboys at the Falcons. Falcons at home. You loving them. They're your favorite team on earth. You just told me about it, Kirk Cousins. You love them so much. What are the Cowboys going to do when they come to Stripper Town, Atlanta?
Man.
Sorry.
No, he was talking to you.
CeeDee Lamb just scored a touchdown, by the way. Got an update. Sleeper.
Cowboys on the road. They're going to rally it together. They're going to pull it together. They're going to make Jerry proud. Cowboys on the road.
Maybe. Okay. What game were we on? I wasn't paying attention.
Cowboys Falcons.
Cowboys Falcons.
Still talking Cowboys. Got it. Yeah. Cowboys will get it done for sure.
All right, then I'll contrarian. I'll go Falcons.
Let's see it. Raiders, Bengals. Las Vegas coming to Ohio. Bengals can't do nothing unless Jamar Chase gets 3 tutties. The Raiders might be able to upset them, but I just have a feeling it's going to be a Bengals game. Bengals win.
Yep, agree.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Oof. What a matchup.
You have to pick them. You have to
Broncos, Ravens.
You have to
I'm gonna go Ravens, but I know where you're gonna go. The Broncos are gonna,
what he was going to say was correct. What he was going to say is right. What he's going to say is right. He's saying this is what he was going to say. He said, as soon as you pick the Broncos to win, they're going to lose. You pick the Ravens, Broncos bring it home. So you're in a win, lose, whatever you want to call it situation right now.
I mean, the Ravens just lost to
the Brownies,
to the boy Winston, and now you got Bo Nix is that guy. So I mean, of course Bo can take out the Ravens too, and they got a better defense. Broncos are going to 6-3. Oh,
you're really cutting into our hockey time right now.
Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, we got to cut this show. We've just holy shit, it's been an hour. Amazing.
Yeah, we don't have to do it. It's all good. We can hit it real quick.
Yeah, we'll buzz right.
This is fun.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't even know what we did this whole time. Absolutely, we accomplished nothing. Nobody learned a thing. We'll get to football right away. But Broncos, Ravens. Okay, I'm going Broncos. You guys are going Ravens. Bears, Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I ain't painting my fingernails for that one. Jaguars, Eagles. Eagles are taking it home. Trevor Lawrence, just not that guy. His hair could never.
I'm gonna go Jags. I think they pull the upset.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I gotta go Eagles as well.
Rams, Seahawks. Rams are looking good. The squad is back together. They're on the road. Kyrie Williams, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. Geno Smith is going to hit a wall on this one, baby. No big dog either, Metcalf. So Rams.
I'm going Eagles.
Rams.
I'm going Eagles. All right, let's go.
You're going to Eagles on the Rams Seahawks game?
Yeah, let's
And
do
what
it.
about Rams Seahawks?
Yeah, I'm going Rams. I meant
Cool,
Eagles. I meant Eagles. The flying birds in the west.
Okay, so the Seahawks. You're
Yeah,
going
that's
Eagles
it.
Seahawks.
That's it. Well, hey,
Seahawks.
well, hold on. It's who would win in a fight though? You know what I mean? A
do you mean?
Ram or a Seahawk? Who would win in a fight? And that's
Well, see, we've already had these things. This is how I predict all the winners early on. But in a thing like this, it just really depends. Obviously, Rams, Seahawks, really actually not going to ever fight that often. In fact, Rams and Seahawks often friends. You'll see the Seahawks nesting
friends.
here. Yeah, they'll be picking parasites and shit off their back. They fucking
Oh
go
my
for
gosh.
skulls on the back
Circle
of
of life.
the lower. So, yeah, no, I don't know if you know, but Eagles and Seahawks more likely to battle. But if a Ram and a Seahawk were to battle, honestly, Seahawk would probably win.
Frank, you missed like our whole first season of this show, our whole first season of Bush League Sports that I was present for it. TKB picked the victors based on which mascot would win in a fight or a race. It was like maybe a who could
Nice.
fly faster type of race, who would win in a battle.
We need to go back to that because we're losing viewers.
It was a good
Lions, Lions, Packers. Lions are obviously going to dominate. I don't.
Oh,
what
yeah.
are we even talking about?
Yeah,
No point.
it's going to be embarrassing. 85 yards offense.
Yeah.
5 touchdowns.
I would
52
love it
points.
if I would love it if Khalif Raymond pulls his hammy carrying a suitcase because he needs a quick catch and tutties. Colts Vikings. Colts Vikings are
yeah.
going to win it. They're going to
Yeah.
be pissed off. They lost their first game of the season. Sam Darnold face masked into oblivion. He'll be coming back. with a vengeance.
Second game of the season. They lost the Vikings hangover this week, or the Lions hangover.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vikings as much as it pains me to say.
Why am I not seeing this? Is there not a Monday night game?
Yeah, there is. Bucks Chiefs.
Why is that not showing up on my phone?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Buccaneers and Chiefs. Monday night. Chiefs will get her done at home and continue on the 8-0 victory.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah,
Sucks.
sadly.
Sucks, but it's what's going to happen. That's just how it goes. Yeah. What do you do? Colts. Too, so, you know what, too? So the Colts, speaking of the Colts and Vikings, so the Colts play the Broncos in December 15th. Okay, so about 2 months out. Have you seen that fucking guy that does like the Colts fan songs? I mean, he's just taken over Instagram basically. Oh, okay. Look up one of them, and then it's gonna whole algorithm's gonna take over your whole phone. But look up the Colts anthem fan guy. He sings these songs. They're just absolutely. Hold on. Can I play one?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get demonetized, but you know, I mean,
will we?
they'll have to pay us to demonetize us, right? So,
Oh, gotcha. Well, either way, just look it up. Look up the Colts anthem, dude, and his songs will annoy the piss out of you. And I'm so annoyed with his stupid anthems that I'm gonna make a Colts Broncos anthem. He does this stupid little "Go Colts!" Nay.
oh, I've
Hey.
seen it. I have seen it. Oh no.
And we're doing one on the show. We're
I
gonna brew up the official Colts Broncos matchup. There's no chance we're letting this guy release it first. We are getting one step ahead of him. There's no chance that they're just a fucking horseshoe. They're not even a horse. Cool. So that's
I don't even know.
This is a waste. We'd accomplished nothing so far this show.
Can we at least talk about how
Fantasy?
let's talk about how the Bush League season's going. I don't know, the fantasy, whatever you run. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, you
Are we winning? Is Sassy winning yet?
I'm gonna bring up a screen share here. I want to know, you guys chat. How are you enjoying the league? That's what I want to know.
Dude, I'm having a great time. I'll tell you what, I struggled early. But my team's really kicked it in the last few weeks, and I'm feeling good for a strong playoff push here. Sitting today, what's my points at right now? Sitting at 136. Going against Kryptone at 116. Dude, I think I've been above 140 maybe 3 times this year. So feeling good.
Nice,
Dude,
nice.
Acutars though, bringing it in right now. Oh, that was last week. We lost last week.
Yeah, you barely lost last week. I was looking if VSP and like Bushleague had played each other, would have been like a 1 point difference that week. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
one
guys
kick.
took a loss. But so for anybody that's just watching, what we got is we got 6 different leagues that are all hosted on Sleeper. So there's the Bushleague League, Bam Bam League, if you can see them there, Vayner Sports, AccuTires, Nautic K Bears, and Trending Sassy. Everybody has their own normal league, so we're all competing like for first place. I'm dominating in the Bushleague Media one. Shouts to me. Let's see where you guys are standing over here. Let's see what we get in the league. Frank Muir sitting in first, 9-5. Love to see it. No Sleep, 7-7. That boys. But basically, each one of these communities has their own leagues. There's different prizes put up by the community, and us. Those people will be taking home different prizes from whatever it may be. There's also a weekly high score prize every week in the league. We'll get into that in a bit. But what we're also doing is taking everybody's scores each week, all 12 of these scores, combining them and getting that weekly combined team score. And that's how we're doing the head-to-head between all these communities every week. And something I would like to grow into something with more and more communities, businesses, kind of a good way for communities to find each other and grow a little bit. I think there's, from a Web3 standpoint, I think there's already been a bit of that. I know you guys did a show with like Not Okay Bears. I assume that partially came from being in the fantasy league together a little bit. And that's kind of the whole point of it, is just like introducing people to new communities and new projects. And if something intrigues each other, cool. And I think that's just like a little unique way to tie into the fantasy to, Web3 and into the bolder idea of what I plan to do, and which I'll get into in a little bit here. But yeah, it's been kind of cool.
So my neighborhood league runs on Sleeper, and I was thinking about this today. I was thinking, why the heck wouldn't I just move my neighborhood league over? I'm not the manager. I'm not the GM. I'm not the person that runs the league, but why would I not just move the league to you, to under Bushleague Sports? It's not like we have to pay anything to be involved. All we have to do is hold a token. I can easily get my neighborhood to mint a token and be a part of it. And the manager doesn't have to do anything. They can win prizes. I mean, why? It's zero loss for them, all gain. Like, why would I not just bring them to here? And then it's the name of my neighborhood league, and then they're just a part of this too, right?
Yeah,
why
no,
would
I like it.
They don't have to do. They don't have to do shit. You do it all. It's so nice.
I like it. And here's the standing so far. So through and I do appreciate that. And that's something that, like, obviously through this year that the token's free and everything. So it's super, easy like that. Down the road, we'll charge for that membership, and that'll be kind of how I cover the cost of doing that for people down the road. But out the gate, it's more like I'll just do it to try and get people on the platform and using it and just growing the user presence on it. Because like I say, I'll explain what I plan to do in the future with it a little bit. But I appreciate that. That'd be sweet to bring the squad there. But you can see through 7 weeks, Sassy, you're holding on 3-4, but it's a tight race there between us and you and Bam Bam. I think Bam Bam might take another loss this week. So we'll see where you guys end up. But 4 teams make the playoffs. So how you guys feeling? How you feeling through 6 weeks, Sassy community? What's going on?
I'll let you go, Frank, and then I'll.
Anybody holding you back? Is you guys got like a slacker in there? We need to call somebody out tonight. We need to get them to pull their socks up. What's going on?
Do you want me to take? You mean take it?
Yeah.
Let me take it. Let me let you pick up then, because I want to be PC with my answer. I want to be nice. So yes, there are obviously folks that sometimes miss things. However, Frank here does an excellent job of policing the league, ensuring that people that have players out get their get their waiver wire pickups in, get their roster set. However, hold on. However, sorry. However, we are still operating with a lot of folks that have never played fantasy football, that aren't familiar with the sport of football. So there are some struggles with the knowledge of the game, the effort there, and the desire. We're around football in America every day, right? Every day we're around American football. We hear these teams, football is loved here, and over there where they're not around that, where they're not hearing CeeDee Lamb talk about on the radio, where it's not coming across their TV screen in a Gatorade ad or on ESPN or whatever, they're just not exposed to it. So they're not going in and seeing who's on the waiver wire and trying to pick up the running back right now that's kicking off in San Francisco because Mason's hurt, So I would say that is a challenge that it's not something that can be overcome in one season, right? It's something that people need to be involved, need to start looking at stats and learning. And I'm okay with that, right? These people volunteered to be a part of the league and to learn, and they are, and it's fun. It's cool. I'm stoked for them. I texted Dom. He's Canadian, so he does know he's French Canadian. So don't hold that against him, TKB. I know you hate French Canadians. However,
what do you mean? I literally speak French. What are you making?
You don't speak French. Don't lie to me.
Parlez-vous français? Pièce de mer?
Je m'appelle sleep. All right, I speak French too. Let's go. No, I know you speak French.
I wonder if anybody French is watching and knows what I just said.
Probably something bad about my bald head. And
I didn't think I could. Do you want me to get into your bald head?
No, I don't. I got hair. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, sorry. So that's my take on our league, and though we're not the best, I think that we'll get better as it goes, and hopefully.
I can only imagine Mir Frank's probably just out there coaching there, everybody, right? Just, hey boys, I'll help you learn, set your lineups, just trade me your best guy. That's all.
I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I'll give it to him for free.
That's fair.
Frank, what do you think, man? What do you think about what's going on?
Do you enjoy going against the other communities, or is it a layer you even care about? Do you only care about your own community, or how do you feel about it all?
I mean, I would love if I had some more trash talk ability inter-community wise. I mean, it's one of those things that I try to get on the posts and talk a little trash, but nobody comes back at me. So I mean,
the Discord's there too, but nobody uses it. So I guess maybe once I'm cooler one day, there'll be some trash that goes back and forth.
But I mean, yeah, to hit on what Sleep said, I mean, it's one of those things that we've been getting better each week. At least I feel like it might not always relay in the points, but I mean, the NFL is a weird game, so those points are gonna be high and low. I mean, everybody's gonna have boom bust weeks, but I mean, I think it's been 1-2 weeks where we've had people missing guys in their lineups due to injury, and other than that, I mean, we've been on top of it. It's definitely fun. I mean, I like trash talking communities, and anytime I can get with the boys and trash on some people, I mean, that's awesome. Especially if we win to back it up.
Hopefully it gets a little more heated as playoffs go on. But yeah, so I got standings there. AccuTire's with like 130-point lead, so they're crushing it. We're all pretty close here, within about 50 through.
TKB, what's pretty dope is last year it was Sassy and you guys the whole year, right? It was and then Kuroki came up at the end of the year and kind of came for us a little bit, but really nobody else was close. So it's really cool to see AccuTire and VSP kind of sitting in the top two spots this year, because last year they weren't.
They're two big sports communities too in the NFT world, right? Obviously, you guys are kind of the snow skate NFT community, action sports. AccuTire's Mika Johnson got a MLB background. He actually just released some figurines too. If you guys follow along or go check out AccuTire, AccuDreams, or Mika Johnson, he just released some Yankees and LA Dodgers figurines available for sale until the end of the World Series. But pretty cool, community, and pretty cool to have them a part of this. And I plan on doing some fantasy baseball stuff with them in the future. We'll see a lot of AccuTire character used in that. And then VSP, obviously, just a cool agency. They kind of have athletes in all kinds of different sports. So 3 big sporting communities up near the top with, you 3. And then Bam Bam Fitness being, another big, obviously, sports community, fitness community type thing. And the only real not straight sports community actually is probably Not Okay Bears. And Maybe it's reflecting. Maybe they need to pull up their socks there. They got one or two guys that they're just not okay because they're not setting their lineups. It's clear they're not okay.
They're the friendship
Bears
squad, though. They're
Bears
the friends.
Yeah, but those Bears are not okay. They're not setting their lineup, and they're sitting at 1-6. There's been a couple weeks where they've lost by like 20 points, 30 points, 40 points, and I'm like, man, if those one or two dudes that didn't set their lineup, they'd be like, it'd be a whole different league right now because they'd have 2 or 3 wins.
I mean, that's one of the things that I'm thinking about right now. I mean, I usually am, like Sleep said, getting on people for setting their lineups and making sure that, if there's injuries, we got valid guys in. And Thursday last week, I didn't. And we had 2 guys play that were out the whole way. And, we lost by a couple points to Akatars. Could that have been the difference? I mean, yeah.
Probably. Yeah, no,
Probably.
100%. That's why you want everybody setting their lineup. Even that's why, to me, that's why I wanted the communities to pick their teams and hopefully have 12 people that are committed to like setting their lineups, even if they're in last, trying to help the community win, kind of thing, right? I don't know if you'll always get that from a free league, but over time we'll grow it into something. I think we'll get a little more participation out of down the road. We've also got weekly prizes too. So every week, the high score in the whole tournament between those 6 communities gets to take home a prize. Week 1 was most too good, which is from your guys' community there. It took home a couple partner mint tokens. Bam Bam Fitness went to Balin in week 2. Week 3, OD Labs, Umbrella homing device to the Wise One, Prometheus J. Sir Gibby with the win out of Akitar's community. And then the last 2 weeks, coming out of Shredding Sassy community again, a minted merch Shredding Sassy shirt. I'll be shipping that out to TDAC. And then I also already sent a bunch of Nifty Island stuff out to E3. So a whole bunch of different prizes there. Some V-France cards going out to Gibby. And then this week, we only got one more game, and then we'll know who's the winner. But Losty Brews, 8-pack up on the line. If you're in America and get the high score this week, you'll have a pack of Losty Brews coming your way. So shouts to Long Lost. Let's go, baby.
Heck yeah, man. Love it, dude. Always fun. I'm excited to see who's doing push-ups next week. So Mir Frank, the rule is the loser of the week has 25 push-ups to do. And if you're not here with us next week, I mean, I think you have to be here now that you've participated. But if you're not, we'll accept those push-ups in form of crypto payment or video of you doing the push-ups. Actually,
social media video. Trying to get some people following, commenting. We're just trying to grow a show here. We got 5 viewers today, and we're down about 112. I noticed too, my buddy John Civilian. John, he's joined. He's in the Bushleague League. He joined the Twitter space. I'm gonna pop over there, but just before I pull that back up, feel free to head over to the Bushleague Media site. Check out that website. Check out any of the leagues. We're going to be launching I'm going to be switching this site over to fully be like the art and 3D project eventually. I'm working on a new sports site to move everything over to the sporting site. But for now, you just head over to bushleaguemedia.com/sports, find that page, and get dialed in on everything we got going on in this little league there. Let me bring up the Twitter space. You guys,
I'm almost asleep, guys. I'm losing it. Yeah. BKB, dude, listen to this.
No,
don't listen. Yeah, don't listen. But I'm gonna talk anyway. 7 sporting events this weekend: 3 volleyball games, 2 soccer games, and 2 hockey games. It's been a long one. I'm still here, and I watched Miracle once, greatest movie ever made, greatest comeback story in the history of sports. And probably the greatest hockey team ever, better than any Canadian team that was ever.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Nice. Yeah.
Go America, go America.
America for sure.
I respect it. We got someone join in. John joined in on the Twitter space. What do you got to say to us tonight, there, pal? Can you hear him?
I can hear him through your speaker. Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Can you actually hear him good?
No, not at all. Not even close.
What about now? Okay, try it again, John.
Rugged. What's going on, guys?
Oh, you are kind of coming in like weirdly, but we'll allow it.
Dude, we're good, man. Though we're good. We're feeling good. Good to see you here, man. What's going on in Ohio? You guys feeling big after that Brownies win?
Yeah,
Are you? So I wasn't sure if you were a Cincinnati guy or a Cleveland Browns guy. So Browns it is, huh?
So I only live in Ohio, but my wife's from Cleveland. I'm actually from Sleep. You'll enjoy this. I'm actually from just outside of Lake Placid. So that Miracle game is big to me. It's my shit.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what. It's probably the greatest movie ever made. I think. Yeah. It's the greatest movie ever made. And I watch it with my son. I watch it with my son twice a year. And each time he forgets that it's even a thing. And about halfway through the movie, he's like, Dad, is this real? Did this happen? Why are they so old? Why does this movie look so old? And I was like, well, son, I mean, it was made when Dad was in high school first. And then it was from 25 years before that. So it's going to be old. But yes, it happened. And I mean, it's just
totally
such a great
filmed in the
story. So
70s.
I'm glad you're from Lake Placid there. And it's a great town. Great town. I don't even know if it's a town. I think it's just a location.
Basically just a location.
Nice. But so what I see you were asking on the side, we getting it Njoku and Olav, what, for week 9 you're talking?
Oh, that wasn't me, that was somebody else.
No, it wasn't. Who's Jonathan Thompson?
That's me.
Well, yeah, that's you. Isn't that you that asked it? What are you talking about?
No, it was Chris.
No, it's Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know who Chris is, but that wasn't me.
Wilson and Cooper for Dobbins, Njoku, and Olave.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I see comments on the side here, and it shows that you
TKB,
commented.
Njoku's on my team. He's my tight end.
Well, I'm aware of that. I'm just talking about the YouTube comments that are popping up on the screen.
I know, but I'm not. Why would I trade my boy?
Nobody's asking you to trade him. I'm asking.
John, trade him. Get him out of here. Let's
Nobody asked you to trade him. I'm asking what you're asking when you commented.
But it wasn't me.
Chris.
But it's your name. It's John.
No, it's not. Your
Chris.
StreamYard screwed up, TKB. I'll take a picture of it. I'll send it to you. Right here it says from Chris at 9:58. Try to trade Wilson and Cooper for Dobbins, Njoku, and Olave. And then John comes down and says, I think we're getting it this week. And then Sleep, I'll throw you a 25 just for fun whenever.
Okay, my thing's screwing up. I can't see the first comment. I just see it says John Thompson says, are we getting it this week? Njoku and Olaf.
Oh, yeah, yours is messed up. No worries.
Yeah. Shredding me up. Okay, well, you're off the hook, John. I was just like, is one of us insane? Because you asked me that.
Yeah. It's only you, brother. It's only you.
Okay, well, anyways, if you got Njoku, I'll trade you. But, okay, so moving on.
Keep my voice.
Did you have a hot take, a question to ask? What's going on?
No, I'm just miserable this week because the guy I'm going against has fucking Kittle and Kelsey who pulled out fucking the weeks of their career.
Wait, did he start them both too?
He started them both.
Nice.
Yeah, that's balls.
He's going to pull like 180 points this week.
Nice. That's good.
Dude,
That's
if he had CD as well, it'd be off to the races. CD's at 40 right now about.
That's nuts.
I hate to see that to any guy that's running a 10 PFP, so I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, I'm more sorry because I was in the running to beat you for number 1 to catch you.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I don't think that's really plausible or realistic, but that's fair.
Hey, John, did that local weather case ever show up that I sent you?
Dude, it did. I harassed the UPS and FedEx people, and I actually got it. Most of them are still in my fridge.
Did you try any? You like them? Were they good?
So half of them were like open. I don't know if it's like a defect in the cans, but they're like very soft, and if you squeeze them, like I got the box and there was shit everywhere. They're all a little bit, I don't know, soft, we'll say, but yeah, I tried a couple of them. I tried like a tangerine or an orange one. It's pretty good.
They were open?
So it would have had to have happened in shipping because TKB and I opened every single one of those cases looking for the golden ticket from Willy Wonka, and it wasn't in any of them.
I carried 300 pounds home in a bag without a box, smashing in the bottom of an airplane cargo, getting thrown through shipping and customs, and they were all fine.
Dude, you don't
a pressure thing, but they're all like if I squeeze them, like they just all fucking shoot shit out the sides.
Did you get something else? Because those are the hardest caps on earth to undo ever in a sports drink as well.
Don't underestimate the U.S. postal system. Don't underestimate them. They're wild.
Like, are those not the hardest caps on earth, Sleep?
They are. They are.
Maybe it's just my fucking grip strength. I don't know.
Yeah, like you must be the Hulk, bro. Quit choking it so often. You're the moon.
His forearms are huge.
What's the muscle right there? Oh, yeah. Get it, girl.
Discord and Tuggies, your forearm is just way too powerful.
Oh man. Hey, dude, we got to get into hockey. I got to get to bed. It's late here.
Yeah, we got to wrap this show up. We've accomplished almost nothing, but here's our hockey takes for the week. Quick look at the schedule for the week. We got all kinds of teams playing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got about 10 or 12 teams playing 4 games this week. So just like I was saying, most weeks, you're always just going to keep your main starters in line, and you're not really going to change them ever. You might have 1 or 2 guys that you swing, so you're probably going to swing them for someone that plays 4 games this week. One thing you want to do too, that really there's a whole science to it too, but you also want to go look through your roster for the week. Is there days where maybe like on Saturday that's a busy game in the NHL or shit like that, where your lineup, you're full? Maybe you only have an empty right wing spot. There's no point picking up a centerman that plays 4 games if you got to bench him twice that week, etc. So good to look into your own lineup, see what your needs are throughout the week. And then same thing, I'm going to a guy probably with 4 games. The biggest standout this week in those 4 games to me again is Columbus or San Jose, because they play 4 games by Saturday. Then you can drop the guy and grab another guy. So say you got 2 guys you're shuffling, you pick up a guy from those teams, you get 8 games, drop them on Sunday, pick up 2 more. You get 10 man games out of, what might have only been 6 if you just had 2 guys you let there hang out for the week. So it ends up giving you 4 extra man games. That can be enough to swing some stats, right?
Mirhoff, I call you Mirhoff. Frank, I think you'd really like fantasy hockey. It's really engaging. You have to be engaged, and there's so much strategy to it, because what TKB is saying here, I didn't understand this 3 weeks ago, but now I am all in on it, and I'm looking at who I have on my team. So I actually have 3 floaters right now. My teams aren't that great, and I say 3 floaters. That means I'm going to drop them and pick up 3 new guys each week to try to get those more man games that TKB is talking about. And what I'm looking for specifically is you have those days where 80% of the NHL is playing. So most likely you are going to be 100% full for those days. Well, I'm looking at the other days. I'm looking at the days where 100% of the NHL is not playing. You know what I mean? Those days that there's 3 games, and what teams are playing those games or those days. And a lot of the times there are multiple teams playing both of those days, and you can go after and grab people those days. I think this past week it was like Philly and Florida or something like that, where I went in, and those 2 days I was struggling. I was able to pick up 3 guys that would go in and pick up those days. That would give me an additional 9 man games that I wouldn't have had before, just based on picking up 3 guys that played those 2 days where I didn't have anybody in the lineup. So it worked out really well. Yeah.
Now, remember, it works out really well, and it's like, but we're actually fucking lunatics, but there's a reason I win so many fantasy hockey leagues, but like straight insanity. But hey, you want to win, I play for keeps, baby.
TKB, so I won my first 2 weeks.
I got kid to feed, man.
TKB, I won my first 2 weeks, and this week I'm going to lose. I'm actually going to lose to the last place team, the Teasdale Honey Rapers or whatever the hell.
My dad, shouts to my dad. Let's go, Puck.
Yeah.
Get out, Sleepy, baby.
Oh man, I've won my first 2 weeks. This week I'm not winning. I'm like my guys are like minus 20 on the week. It's rough. But I mean, I've been having a blast, and it's been really interesting. But yeah, so what's the Teasdale Honey Rapers? What's the deal with that? Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Oh, so people see that
kind of makes me uncomfortable. It's gonna rape me like I rub honey all over me. It's like that's gonna be sticky. It's not gonna help.
No, honey first. Yeah.
It's like their slogan. Every town has a slogan. So Tisdale is a little small town, Saskatchewan, and their slogan for like over 100 years has been like kind of rape and honey. And so rape is obviously not like touching females, because that's obviously incorrect, and we don't
or males easy, dude. You sexist. You can rape whatever. You can rape a squirrel. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. So moving on, but so basically that's like rape is like a good pillage of field, a good crop, etc. because like Tisdale's massive crops and like a lot of honeybees in the area. So it was just like back in the day it was a plentiful, right? And so a good rape is like a good back in the day old machinery type of saying, right?
Oh, interesting.
As
Gotcha.
opposed to like
Don't say anything here.
The town
It's just Canadian. It's just Canadian because normal people call that reaping. You know, you sow what you reap, not what you rape.
Is that what they say?
Yep.
Well, in the United States, you can't even use that fucking word, or you'll get fucking canceled.
Pardon?
In the United States, you can't use that fucking word, or you'll get canceled.
Yeah, like I want to say that I think the slogan's been like banned now, or I don't know if it's been banned. I can't remember if the town has like since changed it because of that, right? But like it was a saying that was invented in like 1900, right? Just like everything, the times change, and then people are pussies, and we got to switch shit. So my old man's just keeping it alive. Shouts to him. Nothing wrong with it though. People are just soft. You just got to understand the meaning. Like if it meant something else, that would be lame. But
Yeah, he's kicking my ass. He's raping me.
yeah, no, like and in that sense, that's a perfect
Stealing all your points.
Yeah, I didn't want to be raped this week in fantasy hockey, but I am.
That was smart though. He made a sacrifice last year. He traded me Vasilevsky, helped me win the championship. I gave him a second round pick for it, and now he's sowing that, reaping what he raped or whatever the fuck you said.
Raping what he sowed.
Reaping what he raped, and then so he got an extra second round pick, right? So team's a little more deadly this
We're gonna have to delete all of this, like starting at the 20 mark and just beyond. Like we just got to remove it from the internet.
It might be our only chance at Frame. Okay, so now that we've covered that, what else?
All right, some other cool things going on in the NHL. We still got Ovi chasing Gretzky's.
Is he gonna chase for another season after this one, or just this?
I don't know. So I think he's at 40 left. He's got to hit this year, maybe 41 right now. And Ovi last year struggled early in the year, and then turned it on at the end of the season. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully Ovi can bring it home. I want to see him do it this year. I really do. I think it's great for the NHL. Gretzky's all for it, man. He wants to see it happen. And I think it'd be real good. And
I want him to miss by 3 goals.
So he has to come. Do you think he retires as soon as he hits it?
No, he's got to play the whole season. That's why I want him to be like 3 goals away, and then the next season, after he scores 3 goals, I want to see like if he even gives a shit.
I'm not sure he really
playing
gives
trash ball.
So like I just want to see like does he then just give up and he's just literally robbed the organization of money and he's only there for his own goals and glory.
Well, that's what
bring back the glory to Mother Russia, and Putin will give him like eternal immunity or some shit.
The whole organization is all about that now. This is the whole goal of the organization is for. They would be in rebuild right now if it wasn't the case, if they weren't putting all their money on OV breaking this record, in my opinion.
Got to get that merch money.
He will do it.
Hopefully. Without a doubt.
Except so he's going to do it in how many more seasons than Gretzky though?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a stat that I should know, and I don't know why I don't know it. We'll have that next week. Tune in next week if maybe you'll learn something.
If you've made it this far.
Yeah, nobody made it this far. But Frank, thank you for making it this far. I appreciate you joining us this week and chatting about bantering a little bit and get to know you. It's been fun.
Of course. It's been fun.
I never got to ask who I met partway through, but didn't make sense at the start. But where are you hailing from?
Michigan. Yeah, White Lake.
You are in Detroit area, right on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just about an hour outside.
Nice. Love it. Well, the only other thing on the docket, and then we'll wrap up the show, MLB World Series. Like I said, don't usually care, but come to World Series, it is entertaining to watch them slug it out and see some of the things. But it's cool to see the 2 biggest sluggers get to the postseason finale here with Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani both getting to the end. I think the whole show was on Ohtani. That was a pretty cool one. That's show Ohtani. We get it. Anyways, moving on. Because he had the 50-50. I think he almost hit the 55-55 or something. He kept it moving with 50 stolen bases, 50 home runs. Judge had 70 home runs, though. It got super overshadowed by Ohtani and his run, but Judge was absolutely potent this year. But yeah, 2 games to zip for the MLB Dodgers. It was Freddie Freeman too. I watched both games. Freddie Freeman come with the big grand slam win in game 1. I don't know if you watched it at all or not, but he was the big winner, and he comes in with another home run again in game 2 here to help pick it home. But home runs in both games. But game 1, they walked the pitcher before him to load the bases. Like I think it was Mookie Betts, who was the batter before him, walked him, load the bases, try to get the 3rd out on Freddie Freeman, and he slammed grand slam. First ever walk-off grand slam win in the World Series, which is actually kind of
wild.
Yeah, like I guess for a grand slam as a walk-off in the World Series, I guess that is like somewhat rare. You would think that it would have happened at some point in what's been well over 100 years, and so at least 500 plus games. But that said, I don't know what the stat even is on a grand slam in general. I would actually love to know what the actual statistic of how often does a grand slam happen in a season in comparison to the whatever it is, 5,000 games played. But yeah, so it was the first ever World Series grand slam walk-off, right? There's been grand slams, but walk-off. But there's, what though, at this point, there's a new stat for everything, right? Like, oh, Buddy's got the most wins in the last 30 games. Oh, he's done this in the last 18 games. Well, yeah, add the other 2 and go out of 20, and it's a stupid stat. Like, oh, this is the most time since the moon aligned with Arkansas, and then the people are fucking Tibet sacrifice the goat. Well, no shit. Like, they got a new stat for everything. And then any stats that have been held for like 30 years, they got the Matrix has been like rigging it for them all to be broken because they got to keep us peasants watching the Coliseum.
Real.
Dude, I'm here. I'm still here.
Oh, we're all lost, boys. Okay, well, appreciate you guys all hanging out. It's a good one. How's the World Series ending?
Dodger sweep.
I think the Yankees get 2 at home, Dodgers get 1, and then the Dodgers win it back on home turf.
TK, man, you got any snow in Canada? Do they have snow there? Is there snow?
No, I showed you a picture.
Not even a dusting? Not even a little dusting up in Kindersley?
Like yeah, it snowed like a week ago, and it lasted about a day, and then it disappeared. We were in the kind of zeros for like a day or 2. It'll still stay kind of a little warm, though, for another couple of weeks probably. But we did have snow like a week ago.
Love it, man. Love it.
Cool. Dude, well, appreciate it, boys. Thanks for joining. Next week, we'll chat a little bit of snow skate, get into a little more shredding sassy stuff. Me and Frank, we'll see where sassy is if you guys are still holding on to that last playoff spot, moving up. Keep up the good work, rallying the troops. Appreciate it.
Can I say something cool?
Glad you didn't quit.
Can I say something cool before I fall asleep right here on my desk?
And I'm out for it. And so we'll catch you guys next time. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm going to do a podcast on Wednesday night with a little Michigan native, Meerhoff, Michigan native, Iron City. That's a beer. Iron River, Michigan. Is that a place?
Yeah.
Nick Bumgardner, gold medalist from the 2022 Beijing Game snowboard cross team event. Gold medal in his 40s, man, was a wicked snowboarder, sir. Is a wicked border crosser.
I got a chance border cross in my 40s.
Dude, you do. I don't know, Nick. Nick's been rolling for a while, but you always got a chance, man. You'd be a bobsledder. I feel like you'd be a bobsledder, like Eins, zwei, drei.
We got to get on a bigger hill than King Vale. We'll go. I'll show you some speed on the board.
Will you? I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I think we should. Do it. Perfect, man. Perfect. Oh, hey, dude. One other thing I wanted to bring up real quick is that I saw a stat about Canadian goalies. Not a stat. I saw a thing from NHL about the goalies for Team Canada, and it was between like 4, and it was like Binnington, Aiden Hill, Tristan Jarry, and somebody else who sucks from Canada. And like Tristan Jarry to be on the list for potential goalies for Team Canada for the Frozen Four or whatever the heck they're doing with Finland, Sweden, US, and Canada. Tristan Jarry just got, sent down to the minors in Pittsburgh. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's wild. So hopefully Binnington can do something for Team Canada, because he's their only hope at goalie right now.
Maybe I should show up to every game. And
that's it. That's where I was going with this, man. You could probably get a look. Moment. If you lived in Edmonton or near Edmonton, dude, I could see you rocking the e-bug role. You know what I mean? The emergency backup goalie, the e-bug.
When is tournament? I'll try to apply for Zamboni driver role.
There you go. It's in February, maybe right around the break.
Nice, cool.
Well, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done bringing random shit up. Sorry.
No, I'm over it. Appreciate you, Frank. Hopefully you guys take a big win. Hopefully you get a high score one week. Send you out a prize.
I hope so.
You got the stack squad, but no, I appreciate, and we'll catch you boys next week. Stay shredding, baby. Thanks for joining.
Some cool shorts out of this one, dude. This was a good one. I love it. I'm still here.
And John, thanks for joining us in Twitter Space. Appreciate you. I'll wrap that up in about 2 seconds after the show wraps up. But thank you guys for joining me this week, and we'll catch you guys next week. Till next time, stay Bushleague, beauties. Let's go.
From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. Tell them never question, dog, I'm sitting ghost status. Eating chicken with my gin, smoking on some cabbage. Used to pedal on this
moment where you skate down the street and some shit for brain yells out of his window, "Do a kickflip! Do a kickflip! Do a kickflip!"
And house shoes, they know how the dog do. Skinny, heavy pockets, the West OG. Came across the globe, say they don't know me. Been applying pressure from 8 to 24 like Kobe. Mr. Hall of Fame, used to bend the corners with strollies. Had to lay the blueprint, they rolled out the carpet. Anything I wanna own, I got my own market. Blew this, blew that, everything beautiful. Still ain't sold my guns and I still ain't had to use them though. Was once a hard head, now I'm counting blessings. I made my own way, still they don't ask questions. From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions.
This is some straight, hey.
This is, oh gosh.
I got thin to smoke it.
Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. I can't name a thing that I didn't have step. From the streets to movie screens, been getting bags and checks. Hit the solid, you won't hear me with no bad rep. Legendary Crippin' made it happen, and that's on the set. Still rolling on gold things, I'm a boss. Go get it, what the fuck you waiting on, man? Let's go.
Blaming on my mom from all the crippin' I see. Blaming on my grandpa, all the hustling.
Yes, sir.